On the headlines for a while now is the issue of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Omoyele, who is being faced with some allegations of corruption or allegations bordering on not declaring his assets. Tell us, we want to know, how do you think this is going to affect or reflect on the elections?
Well,
Oh, we apologize for that. We're going to get back to dealing with it very shortly as soon as. All right, make it back.
The appear acoustic on the surface in trying to, first one for this anti-corruption crusade. The people of the South are more likely going to see it in the light of, we deliberately pushed out our own song so that you can have one of your kind who is from the north to preside over issues relating to election petitions. And that may rub off negatively on the number of votes that all progressive Congress will get from the South. Although we do know that out of the 6 states in the South, only Edo is being governed by APC. But be that as it may, all attempts to market the presidency of Buhari to the South Africans may be negatively impacted by this action. Because you recall that immediately this issue broke out about a fortnight ago, the 5 out of the 6 states governor in the South actually came out, met and issued a stand warning that even the suspended CBN should not go to the Code of Conduct Tribunal, because according to them, it didn't follow due process. And so I see this playing out, because whether we like it or not, issue of religion, issue of status still plays a pivotal role in our politics. No one gets to win elections just by speaking very good English or by saying that time is technical. In all of that, you may get the impact of few middle class people who understands what you're saying. But the real rural grassroots people will be looking more for the prism of, is it one of us? Is it from our zone? Is it from our community? Is it of the same religious, is it of the same religion with us? Is it from our own ethnic clan and all of that? So we can't rule that out, or even though we do agree that ours is a developing society. But as at this point in time, issue of ethnicity and religion will still play a pivotal role. You recall that in 2015, the election was tagged North versus South, because Goodluck Jonathan, the then president, was from the South. And you could see that he got the bulk of his votes from the South and Southeast, while General Muhammadu Buhari then got the bulk of his votes from the north. And of course, Southwest became the bride that everybody courted in order to get to swing to victory. So whether we like it or not, history beckons, and we wait to see. But I think what the president has done in the case of Omoyele is saying the right thing at the wrong time. Like the European Union, the US government and the UK government have said, this is coming too close to elections, and there is that likelihood of perception of maybe some ethnic manipulations, and also that the next most senior justice in the Supreme Court is from Northeast. People are likely going to read that minute, and which they have also already done. But I think at the end of the day, again, I've commented on Omoyele's issue on a number of platforms, and my own take is that yes, much as he may be guilty, of non-full disclosure of assets or that it may be corrupt, but you cannot short-circuit the due process, the rule of law, in trying to wage war against corruption. Otherwise, I've cited this example often.
Okay, Jide, we'll come back to you.
Being a kidnapper, he's still going through the
Okay, let's wait for the court to decide. Jide, thank you. Jide, we will come back to you. Let's talk some more with our guest. We are being joined in our Port Harcourt studio by Opunabo Ikotaria, a legal practitioner and public affairs analyst. Let me quickly get your take on these current issues. Election is just a few days away, and people are beginning to read meanings to what is going on. Part of the things they are talking about is the trending story that has to do with the CJN, the suspended CJN. And we are asking the question, is it about where it comes from or about the merit of what is being alleged to have committed? Yes. And the ethnic coloration that is being given. And the ethnic coloration that is being given to the case, because people have said that the presidency is looking at it. But let's come back to Lagos. You listen to what Jide said. He seems to, according to him, he seems to be talking about the reality. Have you sat down to really look at this reality and how you intend to change the narrative, or you believe it doesn't exist?
No, but he also agrees with something I've been saying, that they, on one side, are complaining that Nigeria is in trouble now because the president has become very ethnocentric and cannot see beyond his own. He's appointed a chief CGN, an acting CGN from the north, just appointed an IGP of police from the north. Exactly, that's the problem. You have a president who feels that he's acting on behalf of his zone, and he's appointing and filling position with people from his zone. And you are also turning around at the same time, and it sounds to me like an oxymoron, to say that zoning is the only reality that can save Nigeria. It's the only way we can move forward. We have to be ethnocentric, we have to be religious, and have all these biases. But a president that has come with a zoning mentality, with a religiously fanatic mentality, you are complaining about what he's doing with you. And at the same time, you're asking us to go back to the same problem that created the Onoge issue. Listen, I've been through so many of these before as a reporter, where you do a report on someone and then his zone will say it's because he's not from. And by the time we counted everybody, we reported or discovered that there are thieves everywhere in every zone. I remember when I was doing a report on Stella Odua when she bought the BMW for the prices that were crazy, and there was even a protest. In certain parts of the Ikenga group said it was because she was Igbo, and at the end of the day we were able to prove that it was not because she's Igbo, but because she was greedy and corrupt, because she was eventually removed. That is the way Nigerians should be looking at the future, that the fact that you have someone from your zone is not going to guarantee you security, is not going to guarantee you progress. Obasanjo was from our zone. He couldn't construct the Ibadan Expressway complete, or the one from here to Ota, his hometown. Jonathan came, they couldn't finish the east-west highway. If you go to the north today, the place with highest problem of drug addiction is Dara, the hometown of President Buhari. We went there the other day. There's no electricity there. I'm not saying that you have to have electricity in your village before you provide it. I'm just saying that people, when they fail, it doesn't matter where they come from. And when you talk about hunger, starvation, underdevelopment, it doesn't have any respect for any zone. Right. But there's this psychological feeling that if your person is the one who is president, somehow your life will be better. Look at the empirical evidence. All right,
Omoyele, we'll come back to you. We've established our contact once again with our Port Harcourt guest, Opunabo Ikotaria. Let's move away from the CJN's matter, but we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue from our Port Harcourt studio after this break. Please stay with us. We're going to be asking questions from social media.
That's fine. Social media is our department.
Yes, sir.
But after I ask you a particular question. Do you have any radio jingles, TV stuff?
Not really. We can't afford it. So we're doing what we do naturally, which is
Social media.
yeah.
I am the Greenberg man. I am together. We can get Nigeria working and start. Our nation's future is in your hands. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Is that the advice?
Okay. What's my answer? Sorry.
All right, welcome back. Let's go straight to Port Harcourt. And remember, we're still talking about the issues to shape the 2019 elections. We still have Opunabo in Gotaria in our Port Harcourt studio. We're moving away right now from the CDM Walter Noggen's topic to something else that might just be shaping the 2019 elections. Now, recently, Obi Ezekwesili pulled out from the presidential race. Recall that INEC rejected her pulling out from her political party, ACPN. Reasons being that it was too late for her to be doing that. If you needed to pull out, she should have done that earlier. But we also saw that people like Fela Durute calling for a coalition to join forces against the APC and the PDP. Do we see more presidential candidates from other political parties pulling out between now and February 15?
Have that gift of leverage to know the political parties that will pull out or the political parties that will melt. But even if INEC rejects the withdrawal of Obi proceedings, that does not necessarily mean she will have to go continue on that scheme to say she's a presidential. All she needs to do is to join forces, meld with other political parties, because no political party apart from the PDP, to some extent, the ABGA, and I don't see any other political party that can actually beat the APC in the forthcoming election. So it will be foolhardy for any political party to think that it can achieve the victory on its own. It has what it takes to achieve the victory at the polls. So the best thing to do is to melt, that is join forces. So that way they'll have the numerical strength and the chances, no, because even if they melt, they cannot even beat. They are trying to do what the APC did in 2014. But in this particular instance, the APC in 2014, we had how many parties coming together, including defectors from the ruling party, the PDP. So they don't have that now as we speak right now. We have seen the presidential candidate. We have also seen the members of these other political parties that will hopefully melt to ensure they have enough weight to beat the APC before coming the election. But I don't see that happening. It's going to be a fallen hope. It's going to be a fallen hope.
Okay.
So my advice, there's nothing wrong with that. It's politics. Everybody go into the ring and put in your best. If your best is not good enough, we still have, is it 2023 or whatever. But for now, it's between the PDP and the APC.
Okay, Jide in Abuja, let's talk to Jide. Jide, one other things over time that has also shaping our politics is the issue of money bags, the money that have been thrown, and we saw the dimension vote buying as taking. Do you think Nigeria will say something, will say no this time around with all the advocacy and all the messages that have been churned out from time to time? I'm sure Sowore will also want to react on this, but let me have your take first.
Very unfortunately, money politics has become a game of our elections, and as you have seen, INEC is doing its level best, trying to see how to minimize that. And as a student of politics and as a player, a consultant in this field, I've done a lot of training, I've done a lot of advocacy around the issue of money politics. And I much as I want to say that a lot of people will not mind collecting, this money in order to trade their votes. If you read my column in the Punch of last Wednesday, I actually took on this issue, talking about the opportunity cost of vote trading, because I see it more as a trade. It's between the buyer and the seller. And the challenge basically is that the laws are very okay. You see that Section 124 and Section 130 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended has criminalized vote buying with penalty of about 500,000 naira and 12 months imprisonment or both. We also have seen efforts of the INEC to redesign the polling station to also ban the use of smartphone within inside the cubicle, also the rolling and the flapping of ballot paper. Those are the efforts INEC has made. It has also reached out to anti-corruption agents like EFCC and ICPC. But the major challenge, I was on the radio program last week talking about this campaign finance and the issue of vote buying. And people were calling in to say, look, no matter what you people are telling us, if somebody brings money, I'm going to take. And I was shocked, because what people have failed to see is the opportunity cost of receiving the 2,500 as a tour.
Okay, we are still having that technical issue. Quickly, do you want to react to that?
No, I've seen something different on the field. I think money politics has come full circle, and people have come to realize that it's not helping their cause. Of course, there's a problem of instant gratification, and people feel entitled because they've been denied of what belongs to them. Monies that are used in bribing election on election day are money that was stolen from the treasury. Likely, I would say almost 95 to 98% of what is being spent for buying votes are stolen directly from the people that are getting it, some of them that are getting it at the end of the day. But what we have also seen is that politics have become a little bit more.
Nigeria, they use computer. The leaders of Nigeria, they use radio where they turn the knob.